All right, so today we're going to be talking about the autism spectrum disorder, which is also known as ASD. What is ASD? Autism spectrum disorders are characterized by 5 different clinical conditions. There's the autistic disorder, there's Asperger's disorder, there's Rett's disorder, childhood distinctive disorder, and the persuasive developmental disorder. Out of all 5 of these disorders, autism and Asperger's are the most prevalent 2 out of the 5. What makes autism different than Asperger's? Autism, the children or students with autism tend to have smaller vocabularies. They tend to have problems with language development, cognition, which is judgment and reasoning, empathy, and then self-help skills. So a lot of children or students, adults with Asperger's are still able to function, and then there's some people with autism who are not able to function, depending on where they're at in the spectrum. What causes ASD? So the causes of ASD are unknown to us. We're not really certain of those things, but some of the likely factors could be genetic, meaning that the molecule may not be right, or neurochemical, which is things that are let off in your brain, like dopamine and serotonin. Those might not be let out right. And then neurobiological, which meaning the way your cells and molecules form and bond together. There could be problems there. So it's really uncertain. There's not a definite answer. With every case within ASD, it's different. Some people find things, within the brain and other parts that are there that are not there in other children with autism. How common is autism? Autism spectrum disorders are found throughout the world. They're found in different sexes, ages of people, and ethnicities, races. ASD affects males 4 to 5 more times than females. And then according to the CDC, the prevalence for ASD ranges from 0.34% to 9% for every 1,000 persons. So that's about 3 to 9 people in every 1,000. Studies demonstrate that the behavioral signs can begin to emerge as early as 6 to 12 months. So that's when you can start to see the behaviors that children with autism have. Most professionals who specialize in diagnosing disorder won't attempt to make a definite diagnosis until 18 months because, a lot of the characteristics that involve autism you might see in other disabilities. For instance, deafness. A lot of children with autism might not pick up that you're calling their name or hear you, and so that could have to do with deafness or autism and relate. So they really, professionals really try not to diagnose until a child with autism is 18 months, and they can definitely say that it's autism. Autism symptoms can also continue to emerge or regress. There are cases where people thought that their children had autism at a younger age, and then it kind of just went away and they grew out of it. And then there are also cases where you have a perfectly fine 2-year-old walking around learning, talking, and then one day they're not able to make a sentence anymore or look you in the eyes or things like that. Okay, so how to recognize early signs of ASD. What we're going to do is play this video for you, and then these are some signs that you as parents or anyone who may be working a younger daycare center or anything like that, signs that you may see that would help diagnose for autism. So I'm just going to run into